What's going on, my man?
Look who it is.
Yep, decided to show up.
Mr. Jason Swamp Billy Stevens.
It's me.
Blessing us with his presence once again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an honor for you to be here.
Yeah, it is.
It's an honor for you to be here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm just chilling out and about. Decided to come hang out at the local spot, per se. Can't reveal where that's at, or, you know, hundreds, if not thousands of people would be here every single Tuesday to be blessed with the same presence that you are being blessed with now. So, congratulations to you, firstly. And secondly, what a splendid day. I can't wait to jump into some of this shit.
Yeah. I also have to congratulate you. Congratulations for being on the 73rd podcast of the Oddass podcast.
Monumentous. 73rd.
73.
73. That's
you only get one of those.
Yeah, you only get 173. Until 173 comes along.
Then you're having problems. Then problems are occurring. We're going to have to backstep. We're going to have to make a whole statement to everyone on the internet. And, you know, could get ugly. Could get ugly. You know how these MMA fans are.
Oh, yeah, dude. Fickle. Well, Taylor, what you got going on this week, brother? What kind of news have we got?
My guy, I'm so glad you asked. We're going to Philly, baby! Woo! Going to fucking Philly, the city of brotherly love. And you know what? We finally get to see Ian Machado Garry put his motherfucking money where his mouth is, dog.
Bro, let me tell you something. All right? We've been hearing it for a long time. That dude's been talking about it for a very long time, about this and that, and how he's going to, you know, all this. Yo, bro, I can't wait. I've said it for a while, though. I have said it for a while. I feel like Ian Machado Garry is Islam's toughest test with Shavkat Rakhmonov being removed from the welterweight rankings. You know, I don't think he's technically removed, but I mean, he's removed, right? Like, nobody's thinking Shavkat's fighting in a month or two. If anything, it'll be early 2027 if he returns. So, yeah, with that being said, I think Ian Garry will be Islam's tallest task at welterweight currently in this current welterweight regime.
Probably literally his tallest task.
Yeah, maybe. There is a Michael Morales out there. I think he might be taller than Garry, but yeah.
I'm pumped about it, dude. I'm pumped about it. You want to start right at the top of this thing?
Yeah.
All right, guys, here we go. We're picking for UFC 330 right here, starting at Jeremiah Wells versus Miktabek Orolbai.
Yeah. You
that
know,
seems like an easy choice.
Jeremiah Wells came into this thing a long time ago looking like a young, like a Mike Tyson type of fighter, you know? Was slugging dudes out, and then just kind of ran into a wall. You know when it happens? It started as a speed bump, and then another speed bump, and then eventually those speed bumps add up into a wall. That's where he's at. Now, Orolbai, you know, I believe he's also kind of been on a roller coaster. He's won some, he's lost some, but he hasn't ran into a wall yet. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if Orolbai can take a powerful shot, and we're gonna see if Jeremiah Wells still has what it takes to be in the hardest division in the UFC.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm gonna take Orolbai on this one, but if I remember correctly, you know, Wells' last performance, he was dominating until he wasn't. I don't have a computer here to fact check that, but I honestly feel like, you know, this is a good fight. This is a good matchup for both guys to see where they're at in the division. And Yeah, I think I'll take Orlby to win by maybe a decision
Yep, I can see
or
that.
submission. Maybe a submission. I can see Wells shooting in. I think that's how he lost his last one, shooting in and getting guillotined. I'm sure of that. I mean, they say I can't fact check it, but I think that's how that happened.
I'm gonna take Miktabek Orba as well, and I don't even think it's gonna be close.
No, for real.
Shots fired. Yeah. I feel like Miktabek Orba has done more than enough to prove his place in the UFC. Really, the only loss that I see on here in the UFC is from Mateusz Rebecki.
Yeah.
I mean, he's beat Chris Curtis, Jack Hermanson, Tafik Musayev, Elvis Brenner, Uros Medic. I mean, the list goes on and on, dude. He's really only lost, and it was a split decision when he lost to Rebecki. So, you're onto something there because Rebecki does fight a little bit like Jeremiah Wells. So
Yeah.
he's going to be a tough task for him. So maybe I'm wrong about it's not even going to be close. But dude, I'm so high on this guy Orlby, man. He's just blown my mind every time he's gotten out there. He just makes it look easy, man. His wrestling is just out of this world.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Damn
Yeah,
right.
he made Curtis his towel boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, his water boy. That's what he did to him.
Basically. Up next, we got Mr. Neil Magny versus Ramiz Brahimaj.
All right, I went first in this last one. You go first in this one.
All right, before I do so, I want to look up what old Brahimaj has been up to recently. Okay, so his last fight was against Punahele Soriano. He lost by unanimous decision. But before that, he subbed Vanderford. He subbed Billy Ray Goff. He KO'd Mickey Gall. Lost a decision to Timba Garimbo. So
now let me ask you something before we answer this. Do you think, because I feel like Neil Magny beats every one of those dudes, do you think MMA math should be equated here? Or do you think we stay away from it in this one? Because I feel like Neil Magny beats all of those dudes, if not extremely handedly, then decisively.
yeah.
You know?
So, in my opinion, and watching all these Magny fights, and there's been a lot of them, okay? And I've been watching him closely lately because he's fought so much. I've kind of come to the conclusion of you can kind of only beat Neil Magny with a power punch. He just won't give up, dude. He finds a way to reverse everything you do. If you're grappling, if you're ground and pounding him, he won't get a lot of damage taken, and he might submit you. So you basically got to bout knock him out with the first shot you land on him. And I don't know if Brahimaj has that history. He's got one knockout against Mickey Gall in the first round, but the rest of the guys, I mean, it's not looking like he's really throwing bombs. Just based on his record, I'm not going by what I remember of him or anything like that. But with that being said, I think Neil Magny can handle this guy, and I'm taking Neil Magny on this one.
Oh, there you are. There you are. It cut out there for a long time.
Yeah, it'll probably still be on mine, but maybe not.
Did I look silly whenever it did it?
You were like,
Uh-uh.
Yeah. You were sideways.
Was it really cool looking though, or was it like really goofy looking? 50-50?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Yeah, you too. You look like this. Look, you look like
That's
what
about,
you look like on mine.
that's about what I look like most of the time anyway, so that's okay. I'm not even upset about that.
Who are you taking, buddy?
Neil Magny. I just gave a whole long laundry list of reasons why, but we won't even go into that. Neil Magny.
Neil Magny. So here's my thing, dude. Neil Magny's such a wild card, dude. It's like when you think he's gonna lose, he wins, and when he's supposed to win, he loses. He's such a wild card that it's almost like whoever he fights, it's 50-50. It doesn't matter. He could be fighting MVP tomorrow, and he could probably win that fight. But he could be fighting some guy fresh off Contender Series tomorrow, and he's going to get smoked. It's so crazy to me. You know what fight I always wanted to see, and it'd be pretty cool to see now that they're both in their later stages. I always wanted to see Neil Magny versus Kamaru Usman. That's a fight that I always wanted to see when both guys were ranked. When both guys, I think Kamaru might have just gotten the belt. I was really high on Neil Magny, and I wanted to see those two guys fight. I hope they still do that fight. Maybe with the win here, he can do it. I think I'm gonna go. What's the other guy's name again?
Brahimaj.
Brahimaj. I think I'm gonna go Brahimaj.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, it's just so hard, dude. It's just such a wild card. It's such a 50-50. And fuck that. I'm going Neil Magny. I just said it. It's these times when Neil Magny smokes them. It's other times when he gets smoked. I'm going Neil Magny. Punch that in as the final decision.
Right on. Yeah, part of what I was saying is it seems like the only way to beat Neil Magny is to get a lucky bomb landed on his chin early.
Yeah.
I think any other way, he just out-technicals you and out IQs you, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think Ramiz Brahimaj has that history, you know? So I think it's going to be Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We're both united on Mr. Neil.
Yeah. Mr. Neil.
Mr. Neil. That's what I like to call him.
That's what he likes to be called.
Good. I have never asked him.
Well, that's what he likes to be called.
Okay.
Mr. Neil.
I'll just trust that you know that.
Mr. Magny. Don't call me that. It's Mr. Neil.
That's my father's name.
Yeah.
Up next, we got Rafael Tobias versus Lucas Fernando.
You know what? I looked into this one just a little bit, Bob. Both guys are on the up and up. Obviously, they're both newer fellas. both guys get down a little bit. I'm not really quite so sure as to who I think I'm going to pick for this. You know, I wasn't able to find a whole hell of a lot on either guy. I also didn't have a lot of time to dig, so I don't know. You know, this would be one of those moments where I ask you who you think you're going with, not because I'm but I'm probably going to go against whoever you're going just to make it fun, just because I really don't know a whole hell of a lot about these two fellas. What do you think about these fellas?
I will tell you what I know about them. So I remember Rafael Tobias. He's had one fight in the UFC. It was against Dr. Nurgazai, the guy who fought last week and won. And he lost to him. That was his only fight in the UFC. So he obviously won his Contender Series fight, and then he lost his one UFC fight. Whereas this other guy, Lucas Fernando, this is his first fight in the UFC. But his last two fights in the LFA were won by TKO.
No doubt.
So you got to wonder if Rafael has learned anything from his two UFC level fights to use against Fernando, who does not have that experience. But on paper, it's looking like Fernando's going to probably do pretty good, unless Rafael Tobias has just like doubled in skill since he's been in the UFC, which happens.
No, yeah, dude, happens all the time. These guys go visit other training camps and come back brand new, not even remotely the same guys. You know, I think it's the guy that's coming out of what's the other promotion he was in?
LFA.
Is he undefeated?
No, he's 13-3, and Rafael Tobias is 14-2.
Very similar stats then. Yeah, that's a toss up, dude. That's a toss up without knowing anything, a whole lot about these guys. You pick one and I'll pick the other. I think I'll go with the LFA guy.
I think I'm also going to go with the LFA guy. I know you said you wanted to pick different from me, but I just looked at Tobias's where he came out of, and I have never heard of any of them.
What are their names?
Fight Music Show is one of them. Second one, FFC. The third one, TKO Pomsonet.
Oh, okay. He's fighting. It sounds like he's fighting in like Australia or Brazil or.
I think it's Brazil, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it sounds like a Brazilian type of show.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take Fernando.
Okay. Yeah,
Mr.
LFA guy with the
LFA
double.
guy. Yep.
We're not going to call him by his name. He's LFA guy.
Yeah. We're gonna call him that while he's fighting too. He's gonna love it.
LFA guy. He did it.
He's like, I'm UFC guy now.
Yeah. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You need one more time.
He's UFC guy. He's UFC guy.
Yeah.
We think you're gonna win, but he's UFC guy. You're LFA guy.
Get it straight here.
Up next, we have Mr. Vicente Luque versus Trayshawn Gore, a fellow Carolina man.
Buddy, let me tell you something. Trayshawn Gore was the shit. He was the shit on the Ultimate Fighter. We've talked about him a lot. You know, I don't think we need to dive into him that much. Ran into some speed bumps, went away for a while, came back, you know, worked on his craft and doubled down on his skill. Vicente, man, he's chinny. He's chinny, and that worries me. But, you know, he took a shot from Kelvin Gastelum. It almost put him out. A lot of people don't remember that. A lot of people remember him, submitting Kelvin. A lot of people don't remember what led up to that. Kelvin was putting them damn paws on his ass. I think for that reason, I'm gonna have to take Trayshawn Gore. But you know, Vincente's crafty. He's a super crafty vet that's been at the top, that's beaten a lot of the top guys over and over and over again. You know, so it almost pains me to say it, but yeah. I think I'll be taking Trayshawn Gore, but you know, Vicente still got it. He's still got power. He's still got speed. Obviously, he can wrestle. Hopefully Gore's been working on some grappling, because Vicente, although known to be like a boxer type of fella, he's probably going to grapple the fuck out of Trayshawn. So hopefully Trayshawn's at a grappling heavy camp.
For sure.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Actually, the more I talk about it, the more I want to go Luque, dude. The more I talk about it, I just feel like Trayshawn can find those holes, though. You know, I really do. Vicente doesn't leave a lot of them, but I feel like Trayshawn will seek them out and can possibly get a TKO, ground and pound type of situation, you know?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Vicente Luque.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay with Gore.
Okay.
I will not be betting on this fight in real life.
You almost changed my mind there. I almost picked Mr. Trayshawn Gore, but at the last minute, man, had a moment of clarity.
Yeah, good.
Up next, a fighter that I am very, very excited for, Mr. Dante Johnson versus Eric McConaughey.
Give me Dante Johnson.
Yeah, give me Dante Johnson too. I think it's going to be a few more fights before Dante meets his match. You know?
Yeah. I don't think he's like the best in the world or anything. He's got super slick boxing. He can grapple. He can wrestle. He trains out there under Eric Nixick, and he's getting in rounds with like Sean Strickland, Chris Curtis, and the boys. You know, he's doing it right. He's doing it right. And I think I don't know where Eric McConaughey is in his career, dude. What was his last like 2 or 3 fights looking like?
Let's see. He beat Rodolfo Vieira, unanimous decision. He
Okay, that's not
got
that much.
he got KO'd by Susurkayev.
Yeah.
He beat Cody Brundage by decision. He got KO'd by Ruzaboyev, and that's all his UFCs.
So he beat 2 guys that never. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but he was kind of supposed to beat, right? And then Susurkayev, that's a tall task, right? I think we can both agree on that. Like, hey, you're excused, right? Like, it counts, but we get it. And then, but the other guy, who was the other guy that beat him?
Ruzaboyev.
That one doesn't have as much weight to it as the Susurkayev fight, right? Like, it's good. It's like, oh shit, that dude definitely is good, but that Susurkayev guy, he's going to be in the top. He's going to be in the top of the rankings,
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think his wins and losses are impressive enough to make me think that he could beat Dante Johnson. I mean, obviously anyone could beat anyone, but will they? What is the probability?
yeah,
I'm thinking Dante's going to handle this one. Because for him to only win by decision and only lose by KO, I think Dante's a perfect person to KO him.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
yeah, 100%. He's got super slick boxing. He's got really hard kicks. He's got good grappling, and he's still learning. He's still learning all the time. He's one of these up and coming dudes. But these new mixed martial artists, they're the next breed, the next generation. Every few years, you just get a new generation. Where like baseball, there's like 8 years, maybe 10 years in between new generations. And, NBA, dude, that shit can go on forever. 12 years, 15 years. I mean, you still get a new generation of guys, but people that actually change the game, it's not even close. MMA, it's like every 2 years, every 3 years, you're getting a new cycle of a new breed of guy. And Dante's definitely in the mix with those guys.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So we both got Dante.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Up next, we got Mr. Jalen Turner versus Cal Fernandez.
So where'd this Fernandez fella come from? What's his story, Bob?
I've seen him once in the UFC, and it seemed like he had a really good outing. He beat Harry Hardwick by KO. He's the dude who kicked Harry Hardwick's leg, and he immediately was like,
oh yeah.
He was like dragging himself around the ring, but then came back and put on a great performance. So I can't say anything about Harry Hardwick. He beat Kutitaladze.
Kutitaladze? That's a pretty big win.
Yeah, Kutitaladze. He beat Yaya.
Tony Yaya.
And he lost to Marcus Jacasey or whatever. Mark Jacasey. Yeah.
He lost to him, huh?
Yeah, but he do be knocking people out in the first round.
Yeah, for a fact.
His only UFC loss is a decision, so he's about it.
Okay.
But does he have what it takes to outwit Jalen Turner, who's been here and done that?
Well, Jalen Turner's in this weird cycle where he's reinventing himself right before our very eyes. Yeah. And that's a weird one. He was a guy that was working his way towards the belt and just it's like Tony Ferguson stubbed his toe. It was a weird deal, man. He went from being like one of the greatest up and comers to just being a guy to set up any contender match with to bring that guy up. So I'll be taking Jalen. I like what he's doing. and yeah, he's got a lot more experience. That's a really big dude for the division. And yeah. Yeah, but these other guys, is this at welterweight? I feel like all those fighters you named are welterweights.
It says lightweight.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I gotta say Jalen Turner as well, man. I mean, looking at his record here, he's knocked out some unknockoutable people, dude. He's knocked out King Green, and I'm talking about in his last few fights. I'm not talking about a long time ago. Knocked out King Green in 2023. He knocked out Edson Barbosa in his last fight last year. So I mean, dude, if he gets a hold of you early, it's gonna be nasty. But and here's the thing: is it seems like the people that he ends up losing to are very, very grappling heavy people and people that are very good at jiu-jitsu. And we haven't seen that from Fernandez yet.
What's crazy though is Jalen Turner is such a great grappler.
Mm-hmm.
A great grappler. A great, a good wrestler, but a great grappler. It's weird, dude. It's like he just runs into speed bumps when he's in there. Maybe it's a cardio thing. Hopefully they've worked on that. Who knows?
I think it wears him out, dude. I think he's very good at grappling, but he's not good at conserving his energy grappling. And so I think he just wears himself out because Renato Moicano knocked him out in the second round. That seems kind of crazy to me. But I can imagine that they wrestled the whole first round and then his arms were just jelly in that second round,
Yeah. 100%.
So I guess we're both taking Jalen Turner. Fernandez, I mean, he has a good shot, but I think Jalen Turner's going to get it done with grit and experience, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Up next, we got Chidi Njokuani versus Joel Alvarez.
We're going to have the same guy on this one.
Yeah, Joel Alvarez. Give him to me.
Yeah, dude. That's one of the boys.
I don't care who he's fighting.
I don't care if he's fighting Joe Pyfer. I don't care if he's fighting John Jones. I don't care if Khabib Nurmagomedov came back. Yes, no, I'm just playing. But yeah, no, Joel Alvarez, he's huge. That's a big dude. I'm glad he went up the weight class. This is at welterweight, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, because he used to fight at lightweight and he just was depleting himself, man. I think he lost his last outing though, didn't he?
You talking about Chidi or Joel?
Joel.
Let me see.
Chidi's a big fella though.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he did. But it was to Amasov.
Yeah. Yeah.
But dude, every fight before that, decision win versus Vicente Luque, knocked out Drakkar Klose, knocked out Elvis Brenner, knocked out Mark Chikese. Subbed.
Yeah, but
subbed.
A bunch of OGs, though, a bunch of OGs. Let's be honest.
That's true.
And what's his track record looking like?
I was gonna say, Njokuani is also kind of an old head, man. He's 37.
Yeah.
My computer's acting funny, or my phone.
You're good. I mean, we're both taking Joel Alvarez. We got that established.
Well, Chidi's last fight was a loss versus Carlos Leal. Before that, he got subbed by Jake Matthews. Before that, dude, he knocked out Zaleski dos Santos. That's pretty. I remember that. I remember you were so high on Zaleski dos Santos, and I picked Chidi, and I was super pumped about that.
Yeah. I still love Zaleski dos Santos.
Yeah, he's a monster, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. Chidi's no slouch. He's just getting up there in age, and
he's getting up there in age, brother.
Any day now.
That's right.
He's in immense shape, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to tussle with him.
Nah.
I wouldn't want to arm wrestle that dude.
Nope. Or foot wrestle, for that matter. No, thank you.
I wouldn't. Or wrestle him in any capacity.
Thumb wrestle? Nah, not player.
Nah, dude. Those big old thumbs? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, not me. Not me. You know what I will wrestle? I'll Taco Bell wrestle him. I'll fucking do that, dude. You want a nacho wrestle, bro? I got you. Line it up.
Might be onto something there.
Are they fishing? Fish wrestling, dude? Yanking catfish by the lips? Ripping lips with Chidi and Jaquani.
Ripping nips.
I might got him on that. Might got him on that, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, he's got it. Well, stay out your way a bit, dog.
It's probably best. It's probably
You hear
best.
that? Oh my God, they shooting out here, boy.
Oh, dang.
You hear that?
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, they out here shooting.
Up next, we got Edson Barbosa versus Esteban Ribovics. Who you got? Who you got?
Bro, you know, I need to know, once again, let's dive into some of the the previous fights. That's what I want to do. Because Esteban Ribovics, you know, he's another one of these guys where it seems like you line him up with one he's supposed to win, and he's not winning it.
Well, I will tell you right now, Edson Barbosa is on a 3-fight losing streak.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, he lost to Lerone Murphy, which... but that was a decision. So, I mean, that's a pretty notable loss. But then he lost a decision to Drakkar Klose. And then he lost by KO to Jalen Turner in 1 minute.
I mean, those are three pretty, you know, like...
Before that, he beat Sadiq Youssef and KO'd Billy Quarantillo.
That's pretty impressive itself.
Yeah.
Well, what about Esteban? Fill me in. What's he been up to?
My phone's being a bitch. Go.
Good fucking muggy out there, bit, bro.
Muggy?
It's muggy.
It's nice in here.
You can't see me. I got my shorts rolled up like Dustin Poirier right now here on this bench.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it's hot.
All right. So, Esteban's last fight was a loss by sub to Gamrot.
Okay.
Before that, he beat Brenner in a decision, lost to Hackparas in a decision, beat Zellhuber in a decision, and then KO'd Terrence McKinney in the first round.
Yeah, I remember the Terrence McKinney, and I remember UFC the Sphere is Ribovics versus what's the other guy?
Zellhuber.
Yeah, Zellhuber. But he lost to who?
He lost to Hackparas and Gamrot.
Gamrot's like, all right, I get that. But Hackparas, bro?
And a decision. And a decision.
Must have got grappled, dude. He must have got grappled. Mm-hmm. You know, the thing is Edson's probably going to stand with him, you know. Edson's been known, though. He's sneaky. He's sneaky. He'll bring that grappling out, but it's like sometimes he just chooses not to. You know, he's not known for it. He's obviously known for his kickboxing capabilities. But, you know, if these guys stand and trade, I think I'm going to have to give it to Ribovics just based on age. And that's it, because I feel like Edson's probably more skilled and more technical than he is. Yeah, give me Esteban.
I'm also taking Ribovics, and here's why. Ribovics fights with a lot of tenacity. He loves a dog fight. He loves a nasty, dirty fight. Whereas someone like Edson Barbosa, to really, you know, make his expertise shine, he needs a nice, clean kickboxing fight. You know what I mean? And also, you know, the older you get, the harder it is to get through those dog fights, you know, and that's just survival of the fittest right there. I mean, that's just life. You know, the older you get, the harder it is to take those ass whoopings. Like, Ribovics is known for taking ass whoopings and still almost winning the fight. He's going to get through it, and he's going to look good getting through it, too. He likes that shit. Whereas
he likes that spinning shit, what?
Yeah, Edson's going to could get hit one time and just fold like a lawn chair. You know what I mean? We haven't seen that from Ribovics yet. So I'm going Ribovics here.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm also going Ribovics.
Up next, we got, I think we're going to pick on this one the same too. We got Mansour Abdul Malik versus Dustin Stoltzfus. One thing I want to say before you.
Give me Dustin Stoltz.
One thing I want to point out. One thing I want to point out is this whole card seems to be a card of fighters that you can't wait to watch fight in weird ass matchups.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but you're them really? You know, like I'm excited to see Edson on here. I'm excited to see Esteban together. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm really excited for that as much, but it's kind of strange.
Yeah, 100%.
Give me Mansour Abdul Malik.
Yeah, me as well. Give me that dude as well.
I think this is going to be a pretty quick knockout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very quick knockout.
I mean, I'm not a fortune teller or anything, but he's going to be a pretty quick knockout here.
Lock it in on the under 2.5.
Yeah. We can just move on. Up next, we got Charles Johnson versus Jose Ochoa. I think I'm going to take Charles Johnson just because I want to see him win. He's my dog. I like Charles Johnson a lot.
What's the other fellow been up to?
Jose Ochoa. He's only got 2 losses. He's 9-2. He's from Peru, and he smells like glue.
Nice.
He won a decision versus Clayton Carpenter. He lost to Almabayev, and he KO'd Cody Durden, and he lost to Lanier Kavanaugh by decision. Dude, he beat Pantoja by submission. Wait, that's a different Pantoja. That's Jay Pantoja.
I was about to be like, I think that's a different Pantoja.
It totally is. That's LFA. So that means he's only got 1, 2, 3, 4 fights in the UFC. 2 of them are losses. And that's his only 2 losses are from Almabayev and Kavanaugh.
If we really break this down, he's either been fighting top-notch, elite-level people, or he's been fighting mid-tier caliber, still elite compared to the average individual, but compared to elite, best of the best in the entire world, mid-tier guys, right? So we've got Charles Johnson, who's like a clear medium in between that. You know, this is going to be a really good litmus test for where this guy's at, because he beat the mid-tier guys, but he lost to the elite of the elite. And, you know, Charles Johnson can be the elite of the elite. It's just he gets beat by him every time. He dusts up all these other contenders, and you know, he's beaten some of the elite of the elite. It's just which Charles is going to show up. Which Charles Johnson's going to show up, man.
Yeah.
You know, I still got to go with Charles Johnson just based on that. Like, he usually beats these guys. He usually beats them up pretty good. And we don't know where Ochoa is. We don't know where he's at yet. But what I will say is that this should be an exciting match, if only to see where Ochoa is and if only to see where Charles Johnson is going to be. You know, if he beats this guy, he's still in the top 10. He's still doing shit up top. If he loses this guy, you're right back down to the bottom of the bucket, dude. You know? Flyweight hasn't got a whole hell of a lot of dudes in it. So, you know, it's easy to get knocked all the way back to the bottom is what I'm trying to say. Or lifted straight to the top.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at Steve Erceg.
That's true.
Yeah.
They shot him straight up to the top, and then he fell flat down to the bottom again.
Yeah. He's giving a hell, though. The motherfucker's giving a hell, though.
Yeah.
That dude comes to fight every time. I love a Steve Erceg fight.
Yeah, he is indeed giving it hell.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
Up next, we got Mackenzie Dern versus Jillian Robertson. Dude, I am freaking pumped about this one, dude.
Yeah, 100%, dude. You know, I'm big time fan of Jillian Robertson. Long time fan of Jillian Robertson. Can't wait to see her get her shot at the title. Mackenzie Dern and all her assets are gonna, you know, heavy on the ass. They're gonna be filling up the embedded series all week. Life's good if you're an MMA fan, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This one, dude, like honestly, my first initial thought is to go for Jillian Robertson just because she's been so dominant in everyone she's fought. And, she's fought everyone at the highest level to get to this point, which is the highest level. So now she's fighting for the championship. Thing
Yeah.
is, dude, I worry that Mackenzie Dern's physicality might be a little too much for Jillian. I think she might be way stronger than Jillian.
Yeah.
And so I'm not so sure that Jillian can be as dominant as she normally is because she usually does it with pure technique. But here's the thing, Mackenzie Dern has the technique and the power. So
Dude, and she's got the technique that Jillian's known for putting these girls away with.
uh-huh.
They're good at the same things, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue that I'm running into myself, is that they're really good at the same things. I feel like Mackenzie's striking's probably going to be better than Jillian's, and I feel like she's going to be able to nullify the grappling and probably wear on her until she can subdue her with grappling.
I'd say.
I'm taking Mackenzie Dern. I hate to do that. I usually got a rule. Always go for the boys. Jillian Robertson's definitely one of the boys. But
I feel the same way.
I'm trying to be honest here.
I feel the same way. Mackenzie Dern has not really lost to any grapplers. You know what I mean? She's not that kind of, fighter. She can handle herself down there. People are more scared of her down there than they are when they fight her. So like when she fights a very good grappler, she whoops their ass. I mean, look at Verna Jandaroba, dude.
Yeah.
I just knew Jandaroba was going to destroy Mackenzie Dern, and she didn't, dude. She did not.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep looking over my back. I'm in what most would call a funky neighborhood, right? But I grew up here. I got passwords to certain places. You feel me? But there was a fella. There was a weird looking white fella coming through here just a minute ago, and he walked behind me. He was looking real weird, and I'm just trying to make sure I ain't got to put pause on somebody live on the podcast, because I will if I got it.
Dude, I think that should happen. I think you should call him over here. That'd be great.
I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't want to catch hep or whatever he's got.
True.
In his blood. But
can you imagine the surprise on his face when you tell him, "Hey, I'm doing a fight podcast right now. You want to come be a part of it?"
He was like, "What are you doing over here with this? This doesn't look right." And I was like, I'm doing a podcast, big dog. Keep it moving. Like hang out. I don't know what you want to do, but like, he was very not cordial. Let's put it like that. If he'd have been a little more cordial, I might have been a little nicer to him, but I just gave him the same energy he gave me, and it was a really weird energy.
Well, hey, call him back over.
Because we've had a bit of a homeless killing random people issue going on around here. He ain't killing Big Dog. He ain't killing the Swamp Billy. We're in the swamp. We're in the swamp, Big Dog. This is my domain. You feel me? I keep keeping a lookout.
Right on. Well,
shit in the neck live on the podcast.
Yeah, you don't want that. Well, we both got Mackenzie Dern.
Yep.
That leaves us with the main event of the evening. Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry.
This one's so interesting.
For the welterweight championship.
I'm so excited for this, dude.
Me too.
I'm so super excited for this, dude. Because now we get to see. If the height's worth talking about, dude. Ian's beaten all these guys except for Shavkat, and he came really close to beating him. Every test they put in front of him, he's beaten them, including former champions. Similar, kind of, sort of similar to the way Islam fights, but is it going to be enough? Here's my thing. Islam's a pressure fighter. But the thing that Ian is great at takes that away, because he dances so well. He keeps that range. He's not afraid to enter range when he knows he's going to be able to get right back out of range. And he's a master at it. he kind of nullifies what Islam's really good at, not in a sense of he can nullify his wrestling or grappling, but in a sense that he can stay away from it. You know, super interesting. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it before dropping my final pick. I mean, I think we might be going with the same person here, but at the end of the day, I think you know, what do you think about it?
I'm voting based off of aura. Okay? Reputation, mythicality.
Yeah,
I believe Islam Makhachev is a mythical character.
yeah,
And I think he will be talked about for 100 years as like a legend in this sport. Ian,
yeah.
maybe so, but he's not there yet.
Not yet.
I'm taking Islam Makhachev.
You know, and there's a debate that's about to be had. Is Islam Makhachev the greatest fighter of all time? Because he's about to be, if he beats Ian, he beats Anderson's record. He's only 200 days short of beating John Jones's longest reigning number one pound for pound title, you know, record, whatever you want to call it. And he's got 2 belts. Only 9 people have done that, you know, in the history of the UFC. So it's really interesting. It's truly really interesting. We're about to see some crazy shit. If I must say so myself, I will be taking Islam Makhachev to beat Ian Garry. And after this, I think you have to have him on the Mount Rushmore. I think he's got to fill in one of those slots. You know, whenever he beat Khabib's record at lightweight, he beat Renato Moicano on very, 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 I mean, overnight short notice. You know, when Armin got hurt, got injured, and couldn't fight. But, and then when he went for the 2 belts, you know, another thing is none of those guys defended, maybe DC, but maybe not. I can't remember. Actually, I don't think he did defend. I don't know. We'll have to go back in the history books and look, but none of those guys defended both belts anyways. You know what I mean? They went up, they got one, or they won one and went up, and you know what I mean? So this is super interesting. If he wins, he'll be the first guy to have done that. He'll also have broken Anderson Silva's record, and by the next time he fights, he'll have beaten John Jones's longest number one pound for pound record, more than likely. You know, that's if he doesn't fight before Ramadan, which he usually likes to do. So we'll see. I'm going Islam.
All right. Well, we're united on that one too. We only picked a couple different on this one, but that's just because some of these cards, man, it's just kind of obvious the way it's going to go. And if it's not obvious and it's set up that way, it's set up to be a shocker win, you know, because someone saw something we didn't see. But yeah, I'm super excited for this card this Saturday night in Philly, and we'll be back next week to talk about it again. But in the meantime, what'd you think about that PFL card?
Man, you know, I thought it was really well done. I've heard mixed reviews. I think some of the people are grading it way too harshly. You can see the work that they've done building this thing up. There were a few snoozers, but let's be honest. Almost every UFC has a few snoozers, a couple of them at least. Now, not every one of them, but almost, you know. And there were a couple that were like less than entertaining, but you know, overall, I thought it was a good card. The production was really well done. It looked like a bigger crowd than usual. I've heard that it was. It looked like a full arena. Now, I'm not entirely sure on that, just with the way the production was done, but it looked like a full arena instead of the half arena that they usually do. The main event delivered. Brian Battle and Dalton Rosta. I don't know his last name. They put on a hell of a fight, dude. And then, you know, Brian Battle came out and gave his once he won, he came out and gave his signature. I know you guys didn't think the Butcher was going to lose in a fist fight in his hometown, you know? It was fun. It was a good watch, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I haven't been able to say that about PFL in a long time, dude. Like maybe since before, maybe one other one the entire time we've been a podcast in a year. There's been two, but hopefully that changes, man. Hopefully that changes. We'll have to see what this MVP PFL merger does. You know, it's either going to be a good thing or it's going to be a bad thing, and we're just going to have to let time tell. You know what I do hate, and you can't really blame them, just because that's how these MMA fans naturally are. But these guys like to jump on the whole shit on them train, you know. And where I'm more optimistic, not in a sense of I'm like, oh, guys, it's going to do good, but I'm more like, oh, guys, let's give them a chance. Let's see what happens. We all saw the MVP card. We all thought it was awesome, right? I mean, you had guys that shit on it just because it wasn't the UFC. Let's be honest. That's the only reason why they shit on it. You watched it. We're not casuals per se, right? We watch MMA on a regular, but you know, we're not like coaching guys, you know, we're not like, we don't know every technique and shit like that. You know, there's shit we learn every time we watch a card. But, you know, a lot of fans try to act like they could coach a fighter. A lot of these guys think they could get in there and do what some of these lower level guys do. And that's a big problem with MMA fans, man. I think that's what makes them so fickle, is they hold themselves like to a standard of like, you know, maybe most shouldn't. Like 1% of people should hold themselves that standard, and that's the people in there doing it. You know, when we have these officials come on, like Jimmy Neely, when he comes on, we shut the fuck up. You know, we shut the fuck up. We let the man talk, and we listen, and we act as sponges, and we soak it in. We don't go, oh, but this happened, so that, oh, well, we saw this, and in order for this, then this had to have happened. No, shut the fuck up. We don't know what we're talking about. That's the professional. Let him do it. So, MVP, by this point, whether you want to recognize them, and furthermore, PFL, to this point, whether you want to recognize them as well as a professional organization, they are. You have to. They've been doing it for years. You haven't. We haven't. We've got to stop that, dude. Fans have got to stop that. Now, that doesn't mean go out on a limb and say, hey, this is going to be great. This is wonderful. This is going to be fantastic. No, don't do that. But, like, give them a chance, man. Just like with the MVP card when it initially came around, everyone shit on it. And it turned out to be a decent event. Now, was it the best event ever put on? No. But it was a fun to watch event. It was definitely more fun than the UFC card that night. I promise you that much. I had a lot more fun watching the MVP card. Now, was it as competitive like Mike Perry versus Nate Diaz as some of the other ones? What's the fella's name? The English fella, the featherweight. What's the English featherweight's name that fought that night? The white dude. He's always funny. He's an oddball himself. Arnold Allen. He competed that night. And he got a win for the first time in a while, and it felt good. Was the Mike Perry versus Nate Diaz fight or the Serrano versus Rousey fight as competitive as that? Nowhere near it. Let's be honest. It wasn't nowhere near it. But are you watching to see split decisions, or are you watching for blood? Are you watching for finishes? Are you watching to see, you know, nostalgic reasons to see people? Like, there's the only reason why you tune in over UFC that night over MVP is because it would be more competitive. It would be more elite. There's so many more reasons why you tune into MVP that night over UFC, and it's because fun, excitement, names, nostalgia, action, up and rising contenders. Saladin Parnasse was on that card, and now he's fighting Dan Hooker, a top-ranked UFC guy. And everyone was like, oh, well, there's nobody on this card. I said it. I fucking said it. And you know what? I don't usually do this shit on this program. I fucking said it. Leading into that event, I said whoever wins that fight will be in the UFC. Did I not say that? Whoever wins that fight, Saladin Parnas, and I can't remember the other guy's name, he's an American guy. Whoever wins this fight will be in the UFC. I said that, and leading into it, I said there's going to be a couple guys that go from this to the UFC. I fucking said that. So, and leading into it, it was, oh, well, this isn't the UFC. None of these guys could ever do it in the UFC. Well, he's fighting Dan fucking Hooker now. So, shut the fuck up. Watch the fights. Enjoy the fights. Don't watch the fights, but don't shit on them if you're not going to watch them. You know, I've seen so many people shitting on the PFL. None of those people watched PFL that night. Guaranteed nobody watched PFL that night. Because I watch it, and I can't stand PFL. And I thought they put on a good show. A decent show. It wasn't great. I never said it was top of the bill. It was a good show. It was worth a couple hours of my time. You know, I didn't watch the entire thing. I watched the main card. I thought it was fun.
A lot of people were saying that Brian Battle's performance in the main event was bad, but that's probably going along with what you're saying about haters.
Yeah. I mean, it was a split decision. But whether these people want to accept it or not, these people at PFL, the ones and twos and the champs, they're elite. They're elite. They could hang in the top 10, most of them. Most of them, not all of them. You know, not all of them. And, you know, there's the occasions where these guys go to the UFC too late. We just saw it with, what's the young man that the featherweight that came over and just lost like 3 in a row or 2 in a row and then just immediately got cut? The Brazilian-looking fellow. He's not Brazilian, though. I think he's an American. Patchy Mix. He came over and look what happened to him. You know? But look how long he's been fighting. Look how long he's been over there at the top. You know? It happens. And it's going to happen to each and every one of your favorite fighters and mine. It's going to happen eventually. You can't stay at the top forever.
Mm-hmm. And not only can you not, but staying at the top shortens your career significantly.
100%.
Mm-hmm. That's something I've noticed just from the little bit of time, 4 or 5 years I've been watching UFC is, man, when they get up there, it chews them up, dude.
Yeah, and that's why someone like a Islam is so damn impressive. That's why someone like Kamaru Usman on his rise, so damn impressive. A Sean Strickland and Israel Adesanya. And, you know, people, now it's cool to hate on Israel. When Israel came up, he was fucking everybody up. He was shitting on everybody. People he shouldn't have probably been shitting on, you know? And people forget that, man, like Joe Rogan.
They do. People forget.
Welcome to the Oddass podcast. Carlos Trinidad-Snake. Brother, listen, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this thing, I got to ask you, how are you doing, brother? It's been a long time.
I'm feeling great. Just ready to get back in there.
I know you must be feeling good, but I see you iced out, man. I see you iced out. You got to be feeling some kind of good.
Yeah, just been out here in Las Vegas getting ready for my camp, and everything's going smooth. So, like I said, I just can't wait to get in there and put on the show.
Oh, that's what's up, brother. That's what's up. Hey, man, you are fighting a solid up-and-comer fella, Bryce Henry. On his last time out, you know, had a weird fight with Julian Lane. First of all, what does it mean to you to be main eventing yet another, you know, fight card at the Mohegan Sun out there in Uncasville, Connecticut? I mean, tell me what it feels like to be at, you know, that main event again.
Just feels great, you know, all eyes on me. Especially when I go out there and put on a great show and I have a spectacular performance. It's just a great opportunity.
So walk me through that, man. What do you think about your opponent? Because so far, man, you know, he's been tripping folks up, big dog. I mean, you're a big. So here's my take on it, right? You want to hear this is the show by fans for fans, right? So from my fans' perspective, you're a tall fella. You got a lot of reach. He's a tall fella. He's got a lot of reach. Thing is he ain't really been fighting nobody that's tall and got a lot of reach, big dog.
Yeah, I think so too. I just feel like, we're both two good styles for a nice fight, a great fight. Like I feel like he thinks he's safe on the distance, but I'm more than willing to stand in the middle and trade and to close that distance, close that gap, and get my knockout.
100%. I mean, the hair says it all. I don't want no smoke with you. If I saw you out the Target parking lot, I saw that hair bit, I'd say, hell no, bro. I ain't messing with folks like that. I ain't messing with you. Hey, listen, man, you got to feel pretty good about the situation. You get through this, dude. And I'd imagine you'd be fighting for the strap next. Is that what's in your mind, or are you just focused on this fight specifically?
Yeah, I'm kind of just focused on this fight right now. You know, I'm not overlooking Bryce Henry at all. It's still a big opportunity for both of us. I need his name as much as he needs mine, and so yeah, whatever comes after, you know, is just whatever comes after. But right now, it's just Bryce Henry.
Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. Well, I'll tell you what, the tale of the tape has two conflicting stories where in his last outing, he was fighting against Julian Lane and just had like a really weird ending to the fight after, pretty much dominating, I guess you'd call it, the fight. Whereas, your last time out in Italy, we jumped on here and talked about it, but you knocked out Buddy. I think his name was Jimmy Sweeney, right? And
Yeah,
and then you had a definitive finish, a definitive end to the fight. While this fella, he looked like he was on the way to finishing that fight, and just it never happened. What did you think about the ending of that fight? Can I ask you?
I think that he flopped that fight 100%. I feel like he gave up. He looked for the easy way out. Like, you're not telling me no way that he hurt his back from, a last double. Like, he's
Uh,
he's a young kid. I could still take one of those right now, and I'll be perfectly fine. I can get up, fight again. I feel like he was just looking for an easy way out, and he got it. So props to him.
yeah, absolutely, dude. I mean, it was funny. It was actually hilarious, might I add. I'm a fan. I'll say it how I want to, big dog. If I run these fellas, I might have to toe to whoop them one day, Carlos. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll just say it how I sees it, brother. But bit dog, I'm just saying, buddy. I've taken harder hits in middle school football, brother. You know what I mean? It was rough, and it really did. He was dominating the fight. Julian started looking like he was closing the distance on him and kind of getting that range under control, and then he just double legged him and took him clear down. But at the end, he was like, "Oh, but I don't see a problem with it." And it's like, you can't do that. You probably shouldn't do that, right?
Yeah, I mean the double leg was definitely uncalled for, but still, like you're a fighter, fighters fight. I definitely don't feel like I've ever looked for an easy way out of a fight, and you can see it clear as day that he gave up on that fight and he just wanted out.
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Um, Man, I'll tell you what, there's been some movement in BKFC, and I haven't always been able to say that as a fan. And I'm not trying to get you into anything. I'm just saying it's good. It's good to see some movement in these divisions that have been stagnant for a while. Kai Stewart's fighting soon. It felt like they had him on ice. You know, how would you explain how you feel about, you've been particularly active when, a lot of folks just haven't been, brother.
You think I've been active? I feel like I don't know if I feel like I've been active as much, but I feel like I definitely stay relevant with my fighting and like succeeding, I guess, I feel like I've always stayed a top contender inside the division for, I don't know, 2, 3 years. Like, I feel like there's not really a lot of people like that, I guess, out of everybody. I feel like I've almost swept the division. I feel like I have Rico Franco, Bryce Henry. I've already beat the champion, so it doesn't. There's not really too many people left. So once I feel like I take out Bryce Henry, Rico Franco, that'll probably be the last piece of the puzzle.
100%. And, So let me ask you, because you seem like maybe you've been wanting to fight a little sooner. Is that the case?
Yeah, definitely. Right. We get through this one, everything comes out. We're healthy and everything. Definitely like to get another one in by the end of the year.
Let's go, brother. Let's go. Yeah, man. Because Kai Stewart went all last year, not a fight, without a fight. And you never know. You never know behind the scenes what's going on, but there's other guys too that say, hey, look, I've been asking for a fight, I just haven't got one. And we as fans don't really know. A lot of folks like to have an opinion on shit that they know nothing about. But yeah, I'd say that compared to some other guys, you've been relatively active, brother. But I'd love to see more Carlos, bit dog. I ain't gonna complain if I just start seeing Carlos every 3-4 months, knocking fools out, bit dog. I mean, you're like 50% of the reason why I watch BKFC. So I ain't gonna complain, brother. You know what I mean, dude?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I dig your shirt, by the way. I dig your shirt.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Always.
I agree that it solves everything, but unfortunately around here, folks like to pull their phone out and record shit, or they like to call the law, and it actually just creates other everythings. You know what I mean? But
For sure. 100%.
hey, out in Washington, they got like a law where you could call up the police officer and be like, hey, but I got this problem with Jeff. Me and Jeff gonna scrap, and how y'all want to do this? And they'll be like, all right, meet us here. They'll come referee the fight while you two men just duke it out right quick, and then at the end of the fight, both of y'all just walk off. I feel like every state in America should adopt whatever law that is. Have you ever heard of this?
Never. No. I've never
Bro,
heard of that.
bro,
Sounds interesting.
dude, yeah. Like how much gun crime do you think would go down? You know what I mean? How much gang activity do you think? I mean, it's still going to be there. It's always going to be prevalent on both sides, right? But I feel like it would go down significantly if you could just pick up the phone and say, hey, cuz, bro stepped on my foot back there. He ain't even apologized to me. Now we got a problem. We got to run the ones. You know what I mean? And you just call up folks and them. They come out there and, hey, all right, get after it. And at the end, y'all just walk y'all separate ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the world would be a much better place.
Definitely. It's interesting because, like, I'm like curious, like, is it just like you just show up on the street and they're like, all right, right here, or like they go to a gym, or yeah,
But it's like now I don't know specifics, but I do know like it's either if there's like an officer nearby, he'll shoot over to you, or I've also heard of like, hey, why don't we get over here, and if you can't get over there, then this can't happen, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like that's fair. I feel like we should do that everywhere, bro. You know?
I'm down for. I'm all for it for sure.
You ever punched a man? You ever punched a man in the mouth for stepping on your shoe, Carlos?
As it sounds kind of funny, but I'm not really like confrontational like that. So I just like I probably would just let it go, honestly.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But it'd be a lot better for me to do that than you. Like if I stepped on your shoe, I believe I turn around, I say, hey, bit, I don't want none of that smoke, and I apologize. You feel me? Like immediately,
Yeah.
real quick, real quick. But if it wasn't you, and I ain't never seen that man on the television before, I might, hey, bit, I'm sorry about your damn shoe, but how you want to, you're looking real mad. What you want to do? But if I turn around and it was you, bit, I'll probably be apologizing pretty damn quick. Hey, so let's talk about other shit, but what you been doing outside of the sport? I know you've been training hard, but like fill me in, bro, because like I feel like I know you as an athlete halfway decent now, but like I want to know Carlos. I want to know who you are, the man behind the camera when the camera's off.
I'm just a regular guy, bro. I live this every day.
Oh
I
shit,
go
bro!
to the
I know you
gym.
being in some shit,
I
bro.
go,
You can't
I
lie
go
to
to the
me.
gym every day. It's like I'm if I'm not working out, then I have a couple clients, and then I teach classes at the gym, so I'm always in the gym.
Just
Um,
staying in there, dog.
and and that's it. I'm not really. I don't really worry about not fighting or having gaps in between, like ring rust and stuff like that, because I'm always active. I'm always in the gym. Since I started this my journey, I mean my whole fighting career, I've never took a break. Like I've always stayed consistent. So it's just what I do.
You just got that look like a wild ass dude. I mean, obviously, you got to be somewhat a wild ass dude because you step into a cage or a ring with another man and throw the dukes until one of you's like, "Hey, but I'm good." But that's why I don't know if you remember this, but the first or second time we talked, I was like, "You look like a fellow that would drive a pickup truck and jump those hills in the desert." That's what you look like, bro. Like, have you got around to
I'd be
doing
down for
that?
something like that. Never, but I would. Like I'm saying, I'm definitely probably that type of guy, 100%.
Yeah, you got to, bro. You got to. That shit looks so fun, dude. If it was around here, we ain't got no deserts. But if we had some deserts around here, you best believe I'd be out there in a jacked up Ford Ranger, absolutely sending it. I mean, 60 foot or better if I could, dude. And if I die, I die, bro. Like, that's the way to go right there, dude. You know what I mean? Raise hell, praise Dale.
Yes, sir.
You know who Dale Earnhardt is?
Yeah.
Yeah, raise hell, praise Dale, brother. You know what I mean? That's what we say down
You
here.
watch really? You watch a lot of NASCAR?
Hell no.
Nah.
yeah,
Yeah. That's probably like the one name I did know.
yeah, no, I feel you. Me too. But like, I'm from the South, so you kind of have to know who Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr. is. Like, and you also know this other fella. His name's Jeff Gordon, but it's supposed to be fuck Jeff Gordon, not Jeff Gordon. That's his name. You know,
Because he's not from the South. That's what it is.
I don't know where he's from, but I know everyone around here calls him fuck Jeff Gordon, not just Jeff Gordon. You know, it's like a prefix, like Mister or
Yeah.
Mrs. Yeah, his prefix is fuck. So, I mean, I don't know the fella. But that's what they say, anyways. Hey, man, let me ask you, dog. So you got to have some type of downtime, right? When you're not, you're insistent. Big dog, I'm training folks. If I ain't training folks, I'm training. If I ain't training, I'm fighting. Right? But I mean, there's got to be some time where you go, all right, I'm going to take 10 minutes, 30 minutes to myself and do this one thing that I enjoy doing. What would that one thing be?
Hanging with my kids.
You good, brother. You good. You
100%.
good. You good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just like.
you said hanging out with the kids?
Yeah. Hanging out with the kids.
Okay. I thought you
100%.
said, hold on, my kids.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Listen. Yeah. Just like hanging out with the kids, and my son, he's really big into soccer, so just whenever he wants to go kick the ball, throw a football or something. I feel like those things are crucial as a parent. At some point there'll be a day where maybe you're too old or you can't. And so I feel like any opportunity I get, I'm definitely trying to make memories with my kids.
I'm talking about you're just a gold star individual, bro. You're just a fucking gold star individual. My man's is just family oriented. I mean, career focused. I mean, a driven and motivated individual, dog. That's what I'm talking about, though, Carlos. If everyone in America thought like you, big dog, this place would be a much better place, I feel like, homie.
Hey,
Except for the
thank you.
truck part. We need, that we need more motherfuckers
Yeah,
hanging out. Yeah, we need that though. We need that.
maybe after this fight, we'll upgrade. We'll get that Ranger.
Yeah, get that. Yeah, get that Ranger, big dog. Get that Ford. Have you seen the memes Ford fucking Ranger?
Yeah. I love those
Yeah,
ones.
get you a Ford fucking Ranger, dude. That'd be sick. If you sent me a picture and you got a Ford Ranger, I swear I'd break down and do a line dance right here. And I don't even know how to line dance.
Nice.
No, that's just
I got
something.
that Ranger. You owe me the video.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%, bid all 100%. But we couldn't go jump that one through the desert. We have to rent one of them trucks, like a trophy truck. You feel me?
100%.
If
Yes,
I ever get
sir.
out that way, I promise on our acquaintanceship, if I ever get out that way and you're there for whatever reason, I'll rent the trophy truck, bro. I'll rent the trophy truck, dog. They come with helmets. Feel me? I don't know what'll happen if we actually flip that motherfucker, but big dog, I mean, you got a helmet on. Feel me?
I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it, brother. Let's do it. Hey, man, listen, I ain't trying to keep you here that long. I just want to know. I just want to hear straight from you because, I mean, we're like, what, a week or two out, right? How far are we out from your
next
fight?
weekend.
It's August 21st, right?
We should be about 1 week out today.
Man,
No, 8 days out. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I appreciate you
out.
taking this interview, for real. I really do appreciate you taking this interview, especially so close to the fight. I try not to do that, man. I try not to, but I mean,
I really don't do it. I don't do too many interviews. I've actually had a couple people ask me, but I'm really not interested in stuff like that. I really don't. It's just not my thing. I really don't care for them. But no, we agreed upon it. I told you I'd make sure we got it done. So I'm glad I was able to make it.
Brother, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Carlos. Listen, I ain't even. You know what? On that note, I ain't even gonna ask you them. I had like 2 other questions, but fuck them questions. You go, do you, boss? Go, hey, clean cuz up. All right, you know what I mean. We're biased over here. I'll say what I gotta say. I got a horse in the race. How about that? I do got a horse in the race. His name's Carlos Trinidad-Snake, and it's going down the Mohegan Sun when Carlos Trinidad-Snake knocks out Bryce Henry. Let's go, Carlos. Thank you for coming on, brother. We love you. Let's get done. Don't go get them.
Let's go. Thanks for having me, brother.
All right, but I'll take care, man. Say odd.
Now we enter into last week's pick recap, where I pulled off the win by one. We both had a lot of right picks. Okay, I almost had all of them.
I want a 6-leg parlay though.
He won a 6-leg parlay, but not on the picks that he put on this program. So let that guy be a lesson to all you out there. If you want to know what Jason really picks, you're going to have to hit him up.
You're going to have to hit me up and you're going to have to pay me.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pay me $5 for my picks, bro. I'm not giving them up for free.
Man won. He won $70 this week.
Off of what? Like $2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But needless to say, I'm becoming the odd champ. Slowly but surely. I'm up by 5 right now. It's 200 to 205. Very, very proud of that because there was a long time where I was down. I was down bad. And I have just clawed my way back up to the top. And I'm Islaming right now, dude. I'm reigning champion. And it feels good.
Well, Islam, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Islam's got a 16-fight win streak.
That's
you're
true.
You're on like a 6 or 5 fight, whatever it is.
That's true.
Hey, but the thing is you're getting there, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because you can see if you go back to the beginning, you can see the evolution in both of us, right? But let's just call it what it is. I've been watching it a little longer than you, right? I've been part of it just a little bit longer than you, right? And in this year, you can see your progression. You can see your learning. You can see, where before it would be us screaming at the TV, oh, he needs to do this, to do that. And you'd be on the couch like,
what?
Yeah, what that guy said. And now you're kind of that guy. Now you might not be screaming at the TV, but you're like, oh, no, that's what he needs to do right there. And it's impressive and good on you, man. I'm happy. I'm happy for you.
Couldn't have done it without you, Jason, all-knowing Stevens. He's taught me everything he knows. It's not a lot, but it's a lot to me. Okay?
You see that name change, right? You can't call yourself all-knowing if you ain't got that title.
It's true.
So it's back to Swamp Billy.
Okay. Well, you'll get it back, dude. It's just time will do its thing, and there'll be one of those cards where you beat me on every single pick. That's happened before. And it's been 5 points like that, boom. But I'm not hoping for that. I'm trying to reign and defend my title for as long as possible. And this pick right here that we did, I only got one wrong in the whole card, dude. I had 11 fights right in a row. And then that main event, boy, don't think I've ever been more wrong. I
definitely didn't see it going like that, even though I picked Quillen.
I mean, but it's like what I said. I had a take on it, and what happened was the exact opposite of what I said. I said Gamrot could beat Quillen anywhere, and Quillen beat Gamrot everywhere.
Everywhere.
It was crazy, bro.
Dude, it was nuts. To see that, I'm just happy for the guy, man. I'm happy we've got a contender like that. That's a true contender that's actually well-rounded and extremely well-rounded. If you beat Gamrot like that, big dog, that's impressive. Who do you want to see Quillen fight next? Because I'm seeing a lot of BSDs, and I just don't think that makes sense, dude. I don't think that makes sense. Patty just subbed that dude in like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Before that, he had a dub, maybe 2 in a row. But before that, he got beat. He got the shit kicked out of him by Renato Moicano.
I know it doesn't make sense for Patty's trajectory, but I'd really like to see Patty versus him.
Nah, dude. I think I'd like to see him versus Patty. I only want to see top 5 guys. Him versus Patty, him versus Charles, him versus Max, him versus shit, dude. I wouldn't be mad if they made him versus Gagey right now. I really wouldn't. Him versus Armin. If Hoofy backs out, him versus Hoofy. If Armin backs out, I'm here for the shits. They really should be Quillen versus Hoofy for a fight to get a number 1 contender. Mm-hmm. That's what it should be, in my opinion. But I'm here for the shits. I know Quillen is. I'm happy for him, and I'm glad he won. We needed a little shake-up in the division.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take us back down to the very bottom of the card. You see, I switched it there. Last time I said top. Now I'm saying bottom. I switched it. It's bottom now.
Yeah, I did notice.
So I'm going down to the bottom of the card. Okay? Gigi Canuto versus Carol Foro. We both picked Carol Foro. Felt good. Both got it right. How'd you feel?
I felt pretty decent.
Cool. It was a decision, so we didn't feel that great. I mean, it would have been way better if it was some kind of like finish or something, but we got the win. Sometimes that's good enough, you know?
Yeah.
Up next, Juliana Miller versus Ravina Oliveira. Boy, was I wrong about this. Now, I was right about Juliana Miller being as good as she was, but I was wrong about Ravina Oliveira having a higher fight IQ than Juliana Miller. Juliana Miller looked like she would have killed Oliveira if she had to.
Yeah.
Like she was like like fucking salivating at the mouth, dude.
No, she's probably got a lot of pressure on her with everything going on back home. You know, she lives up there with Kai Stewart in Washington.
Yeah, she said that.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot going on where they're from. Their entire city's on fire. So, yep. Yeah, dude, she probably had a lot of anger to get out, a lot of stress.
Well, needless,
but she did. She fought really well. She fought brutal.
Yeah, she kind of destroyed old Ravina Oliveira, and good on her. I was glad to see it. She might have gotten a fan out of me.
Yeah, I think so. I think she made a fan out of me as well.
Mm-hmm. Up next, we had Miles Johns versus Gianni Vasquez, which was a late ad. We picked a Mr. Jose something. And he dropped out, and then Gianni Vasquez took it in 2 days' notice or a day notice or something crazy, and got KO'd in 1 round. So, but we got that right. We did. So, yeah. That was nice.
Still counts.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, I was happy for old Miles, man.
Happy for him. Me too. He looked good out there, too.
Yeah, dude.
Up next was Manuel Sosa versus Richie Miranda. Now, you picked Richie Miranda this time. No, I'm sorry. That's the next one.
Oh, okay.
The next one. Yeah. No, you did. You did pick Richie Miranda. I'm sorry. You 100% did. You picked Richie Miranda. I picked Manuel Sosa. What Richie Miranda did really good in this fight, and I was surprised because Manuel Sosa was landing just about everything on Richie Miranda, but for some reason Richie Miranda just was not showing any damage.
Unfazed, wasn't
it? It was like he was just turning with the punches so well that it was like nothing really did actually land. It just all technically landed.
Yeah.
So I was actually really surprised to see that I've agreed that Manuel Sosa won, but I was also just surprised that Richie Miranda was such a dog in that fight and survived the way he did.
Yeah, he did well, man. I think that you give him another guy like that, see what he does. If he loses that one, we can have some talks, but I mean, I don't think he looked terrible.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Mm-mm.
he looked like he belonged in the UFC.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Give him some time. Maybe take some time to go learn. Take a break. Go learn some shit. Come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up next, we had Louis Sutherland versus Jose Montana, and we both picked Jose Montana.
Bro, but Louis Sutherland pissed me the fuck off. That dude pissed me the fuck off. You know what? You're right. You're right. And you remember last week I was kind of defending him. And in his bout against Saju Ivasa, I was defending him. Like, hey, you know, he's in the UFC. That was short notice. Let him. Oh, but, you know, he's trying to. No, fuck that dude. Get him out of here.
He gave up.
Send him to fucking KSW, bro. Get him the fuck out of here. I'm sick of him. I don't want to see his face anymore.
Bro.
And I didn't even pick him. Get him the fuck out of here. You know what? Can I tell you a little? Can I give you a little backstory real quick? Something you might not know. I had an 11-leg parlay. It cost $2. It was $2. It would have won $200. It was an 11-leg parlay. Do you want to know what one single fight fell through on that? Louis. I don't know why, but folks on the betting app I was on, dude, were picking him as a heavy favorite. And I was like, I wonder if there's some shit out there that I just don't know about. You know, maybe a little insider type shit. Maybe I'll take advantage of it because fuck it. You know, like, it's not like I actually know. I'm not in any websites. I don't follow any betting guys. I don't watch videos on them or am in any part like chats or something. Like, so I was like, well, fuck it, dude. I mean, they must know something Taylor and I don't because we both went heavy with the other guy. But I was like, fuck it. I'll put a little, you know, throw a little. This is just I have a for fun bet and then I have a for real bet, right? And I almost always hit the for real bet. But the for fun bet, you know, I've only hit a few of those. They're massive parlays. An 11-leg parlay, that's insane. Why would you do this? But that was the only one on that fucking that list that he cost me $188, bro. So fuck that dude. Get him out of here. Send him to KSW. Send him to Cage Warriors. I don't give a fuck. Get rid of him.
Yeah, he pretty much gave up in the fight because Jose Montana was trying to set in a choke and was literally adjusting the choke when he tapped. Like, he didn't even have the choke in, and he was just the man didn't want to be in there. He's just trying to collect a check real quick before he gets out the UFC. And, you know, he's probably going to go with that guy Tom's with anyway, and, you know, they'll probably go over to PFL MVP.
I don't even know if he'll make it in the PFL, bro.
Might not.
I don't think he would.
Up next, we got DR Norgazai versus Bruno Lopez. We both got that one right as well. Round 1 KO at the buzzer beater, baby.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah.
That was nuts. Did you agree with the stoppage?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too. I saw a few people, not a huge amount, but I saw a few people arguing about it, and you're going to have that anyways. But, I mean, that dude didn't look like he knew where he was. You know, he looked cloudy-eyed. He looked like he didn't know where he was, and I think the ref did a good job separating that, you know. Even if it wasn't, you know, you'll have the guys that go, oh, come on, man, let him get to the – nah, dude. And I don't think he was going to win the fight regardless. Save the guy a couple years of his life and – you know, several concussions, and let's get this thing over with. I think props to the ref on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
As much as the winner of the fight.
Mm-hmm. Up next, we had Steven Asplin versus Guilherme Pat. Very nice to watch. Very nice to watch. I mean, it was a decision, and dude, Guilherme Pat actually looked pretty damn good in there. It was a close fight. Steven Asplin just had more dog in him, dude. It looked like Guilherme Pat gave up on himself in the third round.
So I do want to break this down. In this fight, if you take both gentlemen and you go back and watch their previous fight and then you watch this fight, to me it looked like Guilherme, I don't know how to fucking say his name. It looked like Guilherme learned more in in between his previous fights and this fight, then Steven, dude, that fight probably didn't have to go as long as it did, dude. I think Asplund, honestly, I feel like that dude should maybe try visiting another camp. I really do. And I don't know which one. Maybe Eric Nixick, maybe. She's got Francis Ngannou and a couple, bigger fellas over there. But I really feel like Asplund needs to venture out. His old lady and the couple coaches he's got, they got him to where he's at. But now you're in the elite of the elite. And if you're almost getting beat by Guilherme Pat, you're not making it to the belt. You're just not. I'm not trying to be mean. We love Steven Asplund on this show, but yeah, I think he needs to venture out and try out some other gyms, try out some other coaches, get some more experience, some more knowledge, and more, just be in the room with some new bodies and some new minds, man. Because if that's the way you're performing against a guy that's not ranked at heavyweight, that's a problem, because heavyweight's like the least stacked division in the UFC right now.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah. Guilherme had some quick, nice jabs though in there, man. He cut him with a damn jab.
He really did.
It's like a piston, but yeah, Steven Asplund, you're right. He should have won that way earlier than he did.
Yeah, dude, and it looked like Guilherme Pat had leveled up more in between his fights than Steven Asplund did, which is weird when he lost,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up next, we had Billy Ray Goff versus Ty Miller. Ty Miller took that shit with the KO in the third round, looked real good in there. Dude, what the hell was up with Billy Ray Goff's coaches?
I don't know.
They told him to run around in there, avoid him. Just end the fight, dude. What are you talking about? Like, I agreed with Daniel Cormier saying that, and I was saying it before he even said it. I was like, he doesn't even need to be fighting if they're telling him just to avoid the guy for the whole 5 minutes.
Well, I wonder, I'm going to play devil's advocado here, right? I wonder if those guys may be cut from the same cloth as maybe Steven Asplund's coaches. Maybe. I don't know. This is an opinion and an assumption. I wonder if maybe they don't live by the code or know about these things, or is his experience. That's why I go back to that. Maybe he should get out and go and try some other places, because, his coaches might just be as hard-headed as him and may not have that experience of losing brain cells so fast in life of your years, They told him to bounce around. They should have thrown in a towel, and I don't know if they knew that was their responsibility. Not only is it an option, it's your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they knew how much power they had in that situation.
True. It's kind of crazy, but good boxing by Ty Miller as usual.
Yeah, absolutely. Good shit from him.
Mm-hmm. Up next, we had Amanda Lemos versus Alexia Tainara.
That went pretty much the way we described on this program.
Yeah.
You, in fact, said that, Tainara looked like a more modern version of shit. I can see her face. Amanda Lemos, a new generation Amanda Lemos, and that's what she looked like. Now, there were moments, dude. Lemos had her moments, bro. Lemos, I don't know how you say it correctly, but she almost got Tainara out of there a couple times, bro. It was a little skatey.
Oh, yeah.
A little icy. But,
sure.
And it's not even that she looked bad, dude. Amanda Lemos looked turned on, and not in that sense, but, pause. But she looked ready to go. Laser focused and locked in. Like, Tainara should be able to hang her hat pretty high, because Lemos looked like, her, and just for lack of better words, a world beater. She looked like she was coming in there on a mission. And, good win.
Oh, yeah.
For Tainara.
For sure. Yeah, her hands looked slick in there, man.
Yeah, they did. She got some crazy ass hair, dude.
Yeah.
She looks like she belongs on a set of The Warriors. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. She looked like something straight out of like a Jason Takes Manhattan movie or some shit.
Yeah.
You should be wearing a leather jacket and driving a motorcycle.
Up next, we had Darren Elkins in his retirement fight taking on Yadier Del Valle for some fucking reason. I don't know why they did that to that man. But of course, it was victory by punch in 35 seconds. We knew that. We knew that.
Knockout, first round.
Yeah.
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 Super quick.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And I'm glad, dude. I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm not trying to be ugly, nasty, or any kind of mean. Go listen to Darren Elkins talk.
I saw it, dude. The post-fight, oh, God, that was hard to watch, dude, because he was crying, too. It made it worse.
I mean, he seems, dude, they need to keep an eye on him.
Mm-hmm.
They need to keep an eye on him.
I agree.
Truthfully, they need to keep an eye on him, dude.
I agree. That was hard to watch, man.
Yeah, very, very hard to watch.
Mm-hmm. Up next, we got Diego Ferreira versus Billy Quarantillo. This is the one I got you on, pal. This is the one I got you on right here.
I thought I heard my car door open, dude.
Oh, I thought you thought I was pointing at somebody behind you or something.
No, very well could have been that too, dude. Very well could have played a part because I know you can't see my car, but maybe, you know, I did see that. It might have played a minuscule part in that, but yeah, dude.
But yeah, it was great.
Bro. He's just like looking at me, bro. He's been there for like 40 minutes.
That's weird.
It's very weird. It's like he's standing kind of, his whole like from here up is showing over the hill, and he's just like looking in this general direction, and he's just been standing there for 40 minutes, dude. Weird shit.
But yeah, it was a good fight. Ferreira won it. Unanimous decision, 30-27 by every judge. Billy Quarantillo did his best, but it wasn't enough. Was not the Billy Quarantillo of old.
You know, I thought he looked good though, dude. He was in there. I mean, look, I actually feel like it was better than Billy Quarantillo of old. And hear me out. Billy hasn't been able to take shots like that in so long. Dude. He's been chinny. Billy was not chinny in this fight. Dude, Diego's a hard-hitting man, a very hard-hitting man. And he was landing flush and clean and often, very often, on Billy Q. Yeah, man, I think that just about wraps up our recap. Nothing with BKFC this weekend. Nothing that we're going to spend time on with boxing. No really sweet regional shows to talk about. So it's going to be a UFC weekend, Bob.
That's right. I'm pumped about it. And I don't have a gig Saturday.
Dude, that's so sweet, dude. You just get to watch it in its prime.
Yeah, such a rare occurrence. I love it. I might even have some people over.
Yeah, I might be one of them.
I hope so.
Might have to break out the old poker table.
Yeah.
For old time's sake.
I'm right here on it.
Hey, big dog, we'll talk about it. Call up the fucking boys. Tell them we're getting together Saturday. Poker game, lose your money to Jay and Tay, and then we'll lose your money on the UFC fights.
Yeah, we're bringing in the cavalry.
Yeah. Dude, that's something that we want that we're kind of tossing around anyways is having a bit of a fighter poker night, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you know, we got big plans.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyways, big dog. Hey, it's been fun. It looks like it's about to storm over this way. Got some cloudage going on.
Yeah.
Rolling in from the north. The north winds. Not really. I think that's the south, but still.
Is that Georgia rain?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, it's been great talking to you, homie. It was nice picking, nice recapping, nice BKFCing, you know?
Absolutely.
All that.
Wouldn't want to do with anybody else except for maybe one other dude, and that's Ariel Helwani. I'd love to talk to that dude, but you know, you'd have to be there.
Hell yeah. I'll hold the camera.
Nah, you could be there. You could be on there. Well, brother, I'm gonna rip and zip, bud. I'm gonna rip and zip get on back to the homestead and yeah, get something brewing.
You do that, brother. You get home before that rain hits.
Yeah. All right, buddy. I'm gonna holler at you.
Peace.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me on the program.
Anytime, brother.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. All right. See you.
Goodbye.